fancy intro music. Yeah! Woohoo!
Hey, Star Trek Fleet Command fans, are you ready for your year of hell? Yeah, it's coming. Hey, before you get mad at me, just be warned, this is not a joke. It's literally what is happening, right? Because if you haven't already, and this video is going to explain a little bit more detail, but not giving away all the juicy details, you're going to be ready for the year of hell. If you haven't watched it already, I'm actually going to recommend go watch Voyager. Now, for those who follow the channel for a long time, knowing I'm a lifelong Star Trek fan, not the biggest Voyager fan. However, I do think that Year of Hell was one of the better ideas for Voyager. In fact, I actually think it should have been a year-long set. But if you haven't watched it, would encourage you to go check it out. It was in season 4. So if you haven't already, go ahead and meander on over there so that you can have some of your Voyager adventures, because we're going over today in the preview for January 2025, the DTI. And you might go, that doesn't sound familiar. Don't worry. You're going to see some very familiar Star Trek lore as the STFC lore gets expounded upon. And you've seen that graphic in the background before. But let's go ahead and start talking about it. The Department of Temporal Investigations. Yes, there's a new building coming here in January 2025. And before you get going too crazy about new things, new currencies, let's finish and see if you like this idea at the very end. But a new faction is arriving on the scene, the DTI. So, yep, not only is it a new building, new faction coming as well. A group committed to preserving the timeline and stopping any and all temporal anomalies. With the Krenim Imperium threatening the time stream, the DTI steps in to give commanders the resources they need to defend reality themselves. So, as you can see, the Krenim, again, Year of Hell, very Voyager themed. You can go ahead and guess what else is happening throughout the month. But what is the DTI itself going to provide as a faction? Well, honestly, some really neat things. I'm going to go ahead and throw the negatives out there to begin with. It's a new loop, new hostiles, new everything. But there's also sourcing behind here that I think many people are going to like and enjoy. So let's talk about the static and charged invading entities. It does have its own set of entities that are quite unique in terms of very newer style. Very much like the galactic invasions we've been going over with things like these armadas. And it's going to be interesting to see how people handle these entities, because a lot of these hostiles will not repair their hull health. So they'll have damage to them and you'll be able to come and, chip away at them in multiple terms. But the Krenim Imperium has launched devastating temporal incursions in the Alpha Quadrant in 2 forms. The static Krenim ships, which I just showed you a little bit of, locked in a quantum state. These ships gain cumulative isolated damage with every combat round, and you'll want to use anti-static exocomps from the DTI faction store to turn the tide. So new exocomps here, new artifacts this month, lots of new things. And the charged Krenim ships. So same idea, same kind of like armada style mechanic, but fueled by the quantum warp drives. These ships built Apex barrier that grows stronger each round. You'll need anti-charged exocomps to help combat them. So as we said, you are going to have these have a survival rate, survivability, if you will, as in they're going to sustain whatever damage they take, even if they don't get destroyed, allowing multiple commanders to chip away at them. And that's how older armadas work, those who are experienced with the older armadas. But new enemy HP, these hostiles do not regenerate health, coordinate your attacks with fellow commanders, and the rewards are, well, I'll be honest, it's a ton of new currencies. And I understand. For legitimate reasons, new currencies are viewed with frustration and probably ire. But let's take a look at some of the things you can see in here. This faction is going to help expedite your ability to gain and progress through the FKR rep system, meaning you're going to progress in the game faster. And I think most people are going to like that. And helps you get to your, I guess you call them later end ships and stuff. I mean, we're getting to the point where free-to-play are progressing in G5 and G6 faster than before. And as you can see here, faction credit sourcing, syndicate sourcing, these are all things that players want. So yes, it's a new faction. Yes, it's a new grind. If anything, this is simply going to make sure that we keep on top of them. The independent archive building to have more loops added to it, because if they're adding new loops, as long as they are providing, mastery to old loops, I'm okay with it. So as long as we get an IA update here in the next couple months, I'm not going to gripe too much, but I am more than ready to hear your complaints. I understand people being worried. Not trying to hype you up, just trying to say, as long as they don't forget about the IA building, new things I'm personally fine with. But let's keep it going before everybody gets mad at me. So again, you can see some of the things here in the background. You'll also notice like some cool little officer sourcings that maybe you'll be interested in, especially if you're, I don't know, like me and haven't maxed everything in the game. But let's get back to the notes themselves and talk. So the headquarter benefits: enhanced combat buffs, increase your fleet's apex barrier, ISO defense and ISO damage, officer stats, and improving drop rates of broken ship parts, which has been something they've really been harping on. For some examples of those bonuses, you can see like level 1 and 2 right here. If you want to know what they like end up with, the apex barrier, I'm pretty sure if you max the building, is over 7,000 apex barrier. The isolytic damage is something like a 75% boost or something like that, at the very high end of it. But you can see it starts off small here, and as we've been talking about, more is more. And just looking at these, the officer stats, the ISO bonus, that's good. And of course, you can see the bonus damage versus the Krenim ships. So it is going to be a building that you're going to want to upgrade so that you can take advantage and be a part. Moving on down, you're also going to have the Department of Temporal Investigation special events and rewards. Don't worry, I'm jumping down here. I'm going to come back in just a second. But to commemorate the launch of the Year of Hell Arc and the new DTI headquarters, STFC is rolling out special in-game events that offer unique rewards. There are 2 heroics basically designed for you to really, really buy in to the new building and everything. And that'll be up to you whether you want to do that. But I do want to talk about this right here real quick. This actually might be the thing that gets people the most excited. A material converter. It is exactly as you are reading it to be. Unlock levels. So starting at level 30, G4 materials, level 40 for G5, and level 50 for G6. What does all that mean? Trade epic gas for epic ore, or rare to epic. Give unprecedented control of your critical crafting materials. How about a picture to see as an example? Now go ahead and warn you, there's a tax. Taxman cometh for all of us. But as you can see, you can convert, for example, epic gas into epic ore, but also going from like rare to epic, which again might be something that people are interested in. Being able to get exactly what you need in 4-star, 5-star, and 6-star, but you will of course need to have already acquired it. So you do have these opening up quite early. And if you have these said materials, you're going to then be able to turn it into what you need. I personally think this is a good step in the right direction. Obviously, it's not everything. We've been talking about wanting to be able to trade resources up, down, be able to get rid of old currencies. And to be honest, this is a great step in that. Even if it's not the entire cake, it's plenty for us to eat on. I personally think this is really good. Plenty of us are sitting there with, needing more rares, and maybe we have too many epics or too many uncommons. Just keep in mind the tax. As you can see here, there is a tax if you want to go up for more pulls. So maybe, if you're really trying to be efficient, you're only going to do that one chest. But if you're needing big bulk, you might be having to be willing to get rid of extra currency that you're sitting on. But those are the big things here with the DTI and the new faction. It's meant to speed up your normal progression of your FKR, helping make that easier with faction credits and rep gain and new exocomps. And there are new artifacts as well that you can probably take an eye in and gander if you want to take a look at this on the screen one more time. Lots of new currencies, and I completely understand that is something that is a struggle for a lot of people, but you can see X-Borg here, which obviously is a newer thing, so helping speed up some of the current loops that have just come out. See certain officer sourcings, various places, the new encrypted intelligence bonus, which is going to be thing. You'll see things down here as well. So all of this is going to help hopefully provide not only a benefit to older gameplay, but also the current gameplay. And we'll see what the players see and feel after y'all play it, because I'm not here to hype it up. I'm here to present. And I will admit that personally as a player, I'm hyped about the idea of being able to go into my refinery and say, hey, I'm short on something. Can I go ahead and get it now? That actually sounds really nice to be able to change my refinery and go and say, hey, I need more rare. I'm going to use my personal rare ore because I love upgrading my Vorchop. Anybody that has one of these, sure, we can talk about all the great things that we've, researches and primes, etc., that we've earned. But at the end of the day, you still got to upgrade them. And, well, maybe you need more things. Maybe you need more epic, which is something that I'm running into as I've been sitting at 53 for a while now. So I've earned a lot of uncommons and stuff, but maybe I need more epic. Well, whatever it is that you're needing, this is going to help push you in that direction. Personally not excited about the tax, if you can't tell why I keep mentioning it, but we'll see. Maybe we can argue that they do away with it. I don't know. Either way, I am curious to know what you think about this preview. Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, y'all are amazing. Y'all are wonderful. The community is what keeps this game going. makes this game amazing. Live long and plunder. Stay safe with our space cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Let me know if you're looking forward to the next faction, the new armadas, the new hostiles, and all the new things. Hit me up below. Love and appreciate every single one of you. See you on the next one. I'm out.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.